second project that I had mentioned in the other video. This one is Frenemies, which you will see the movie poster scrolling above, and you'll also see a promotional video on our YouTube channel that we filmed a few months ago. That's just a 2-minute little flavor, a little taste of what the general flavor of the film is, with a little discussion with myself and Monique, the co-star. But I want to just chat about it for a minute more here. It is a, what I would call, if I had to classify it, I'm not a big genre person. I don't like putting things in buckets. So I live in sponges. So it's a anti-romantic dramedy full of love and spurs. There's the bucket. And it's low budget, as I said. It's just simply a story of two people trying to figure out how to love each other. I would say love story, but when people hear love story, I think there are all these attachments to what that really means in film. You picture you picture the movie Love Story, and it's not that, not that it's not a love story, but there's certain images and light and fluffy things, and love is not light and fluffy. I think all of us really know that. It's not easy, and I just wanted to make a film that would just express that. Express how hard it's grappling. Love is grappling on several levels, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I like to grapple, and I like films that grapple. I like films that talk. I'm a Cassavetes fan. I'm a Woody Allen fan, among other filmmakers. And, I just like stories about regular people who are trying to figure out how to love with the goods that they have, the dents and the bolts and the fluff and the soil inside of each of us. And but the story is very simple. Two people meet, they have a deep connection, and then they have to spend the rest of the movie figuring out how the other stuff around that gets along. They fight a lot. They move in a whim, and then they almost break up, and then it's like a big bang. Then it drives them farther apart, and then they come closer together after they fight. And then there's another big bang, and it drives them even farther apart, and that's more matter and energy that gets them even closer together until finally there's a penultimate scene with them and each of their individual parents and the weird neighbor who plays guitar every time they're having sex, and his friend George, who's a filmmaker, and her friend, Kate's friend, sort of friend, Megan. And as you can see here, I'm a man with a very detailed imagination, right? Details are so important, and this is a dress that I had designed for Megan, because Megan lives in another world, so it's an opportunity for the cinematographer to really play with that, and the set designer. This is a dress based on a woman of history. This is Betsy Ross. If she lived in today's world, famous woman in history, called Megan Wear. So we'll have a chance to play with things visually and through wardrobe. It's exciting, isn't it? Damn exciting, So we're looking for crew, people who would really be in tune with this sort of different thing. As I mentioned with horror, my writing is a little different, and you either love it or you don't. But I guarantee it'll be different. So. We're obviously looking for financing. Now, I said this is low budget, and most of it's almost written like a play. There are the core of characters, there's no special effects, we're not going to film, we don't need to film the jungles in the Amazon, we're on the moon. It's really pretty basic, and I want it that way so that we can let the acting and the writing breathe. So we're looking for money. We need money. And obviously a lot of filmmakers need money, and I'm no different. Unless I print it, fake money in my basement. But I'm too ethical for that. So I'm going to have to rely on your real money. So, Frenemies. anti-romantic, romantic dramedy full of love and spurs. If that pokes you somewhere you haven't been poked in a while, get in contact with us. Thank you.